Shut up and sit down.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah, Batman!
Our bikes love us and we love them back as we ride through the city by the cars like black on the teeth of the town. We just keep on singing. We're unstoppable.
Oh, hell yeah!
G&O, unstoppable kids. Yeah, get your bike and go.
You are listening to the Dialed Podcast with Matt Lee Grand,
Sir Ian Gibson,
Lance Hepler, and Jake Von Turing. One of the most important decisions you will make is to be in a good mood. For every minute you are angry, you lose 60 seconds of happiness. So, crank it up and be happy, my friend.
When things are good, when things are hard, we ride together, we don't drive cars, but together we make such beautiful music.
Oh, hell yeah, brother, yeet.
Unstoppable mamas, a G&O, we're unstoppable, unstoppable kids, yeah. Get your bike and go, get your bike and go. Unstoppable papas, pedal and flow.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! You're doing it good, buddy. Great job.
Hi, welcome back to the Dial Podcast. I'm Jake Von During. I'm here with Lance friggin' Hepler.
Lance friggin' Hepler. What's up, mother stretchers?
In studio. Just in studio. Are you in studio for a while?
In studio for a while. I'm going to California next week, but I don't know how long I'll be gone for. Yeah, I'm around for a bit.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet. Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. There it is. The one and only Sir Ian Gibson.
Hello, you bloody wankers.
Hey, it's Sir Wanks-a-lot.
Barely wait.
And last and least, the one and only Matt LeGrand.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? You guys look chipper. You look chipper today.
Who is he? He's an asshole, sir. You know that. What's his name? That is his name, sir. Asshole. Major asshole. How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
4.
Dude, I'm surrounded by assholes.
That's correct. Truth.
Is that from Spaceballs?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. No, you know
There's
there's
a second one coming out. Mel Brooks is making another one. I love it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Cool. All right, let's do some backpedaling. Matt LeGrand.
I've been running mostly. I biked indoors this weekend because my Achilles was flared up again, and that's no fun. But it was crazy to be biking indoors on a nice weather day. But it was like I needed to get it done in the morning, and we needed to go to swim meets. Big surprise. There were swim meets Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. So we were off in Portland for most of the weekend, kind of right over by the Portland Timber Stadium.
Okay.
So there's like the MAC. It's like the athletic club there.
Fancy.
It's like fancy.
In Goose Hollow.
Yeah. And so
Fancy area of Portland.
we were there, and we were deep down in the basement where they hide the bodies. They also hide a 50-meter pool.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sounds fun.
Yep. Backpedal done.
Sweet.
Moving along.
Gibbo.
I have 2 racing experiences to recount. Have you got time?
Just experiences, huh?
Yeah.
Positive?
Yeah. So, well, one was positive. Sunday, we did a road race, which was super cool. The second experience, I'm sort of hanging my head in shame a little bit.
Ruh-roh.
Yep. So yesterday was the opening night of PIR.
Oh, it's back.
Yeah. It was a great night. The weather was good. They've got this new chip timing system now that Kevin's brought out. So we all have dedicated numbers for the race series for Monday and Tuesday night PIR.
I'm curious about this because I'm curious about the technology. It's RFID. I mean, I'm excited about I kind of want to build something like this.
Yeah.
But so do you wear a race number and is it like cloth or
No,
is it,
yes, you have a cloth race number.
does it have a sticker on
No.
the back of it? Okay.
But you get a race number to go on your bike as well. It fits on your top tube, and that's got a chip in it.
Okay. How does that look on the top of the tube? Is it like
Not on your top tube, on your seat post. Sorry.
seat post? It
Yeah.
sits off the back.
Off the back,
So
yeah.
it
Is
looks
it like
a little bit pro, huh?
Yeah,
kinda
a
looks
little bit
pro.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave mine on for a regular
for all
rides
training
because it looks so pro.
Did you zip tie it on?
Yes, zip tie it on.
Zip tie it on. Okay.
I respect.
But then they
I want to
also
see it.
have
You guys have photos of it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Okay. I'm just curious if you can see the RFID tag or if it's built into the number on
yes,
the back of your bike.
you can see it on the tag. They also had like this new lap board that's color coordinated, so they have more than one. They have more than one race out on the track at one time.
Cool.
So we went out with the 1, 2, 3s open, and then within that there was also a 50 plus and a 60 plus field. So we were all kind of had green numbers. And then the 4, 5s that left a few minutes after we did, departed a few minutes after, they had a different color. And then as you went past the lap board, it could differentiate who you were with. So it was color coordinated. However, a little bit smaller than I'm used to. And so we did like 13 laps. And
did you get your readers out to see what lap you're on?
You don't race with your readers on, Ian.
Lance, you did not race.
Well, readers didn't do any good. But anyway, it was 13 laps. It was fast, like 27.5, 28 miles an hour, something like that. Huge field. And then the last lap, I look over, 1 to go. I thought I heard a bell. So I did my usual thing. Like I was right at the back, just tail gunning the whole race. And then just before you get onto the back straight, just move right up.
Sure.
And I'm in like 10th slot thinking, I'm looking great here. This is perfect. And there's Zach and a couple of other guys. And I thought there was a group of 4 or 5 up the road. And so I pull in behind these guys, Zach Kowalczyk, and a couple of his teammates. And I'm thinking, they're just kind of holding back because their teammates are up the road or something. Yeah. So anyway, I'm there. It looks like we're going for it. Pull onto the finishing straight. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm right at the front. So I'm like, well, I just got to go. And I sprinted my ass off. Right. And I'm like, any second now, they're going to come past me because I'm an old man. And I looked over and like, what? Nobody's coming past me. What the hell? And sure enough, it was the lap before the last lap.
You went all the way through the line, then you hear them ring the bell.
And then I'm getting like 100 meters from the finish. I'm like, this is all wrong. This is
not right. Oh no!
Feel it.
And so at least I didn't throw my arms up in the air like I won the race, you know. But I had burnt all my matches, and sure enough, as the field came by, I just
could you get back on?
No, dude.
Oh, dude.
Oh no!
So I was dead last.
No! Oh no! Yeah,
because I put there, you know, I can.
That happens.
I got one. I can do 1,000 watts once.
That's why we do practice races. That's why. So you can make those mistakes without too much consequence.
So just to go
Total
back,
Cat 6.
You
right?
saw a 1 lap to go. Were you
I
looking
thought,
at the?
I mean, I pretty much. That's what I thought.
So was it because it was too small? Was it the wrong color? What was the deal?
You're not
it was my fault.
You're not supposed to race unless I'm there with you and I can say, there's a lap to go.
No, did you get any video of this? Because I bet you're making a video series about what not to do in a race, right? For your clients. I mean,
right.
Only makes
what
sense.
not to do, yeah.
Anecdotal evidence of what not to do.
0 to 0, just like that.
Yeah, because I was on a roll. I did well on Sunday. We did the Banana Belt road race.
Let's roll right into that one now.
All right. Well, yeah, I won it. I won my age group, which was all like 5 or 6 guys. I don't know, not much, but
pretty good. I mean, win's a win.
I was happy that we stayed on. Lance and I raced together, and it was 4 laps, 10-mile course. Great racing, beautiful course out there. There's just this one climb every lap.
Coming off the bridge?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like a 1-minute effort, right? It's not much.
It's a little bit longer than that.
Like 90 seconds.
90 seconds maybe. And you start into it and it's like, oh, this is fine. I got this. And then 30 seconds later, you're like, oh, I hope they don't push it any harder because I'm only just hanging on. And then sure enough, you know, you get over the top and that's when it all happens. And you're like, Anyway, long story short, I did hang on just barely each lap, and then I was right there at the end. I got boxed in.
Mm-hmm.
I had to lay off my sprint and start again, and it was not ideal. But nevertheless, I was there, so it was a good day.
Good.
And then rolling off of that, I'm like, oh,
just real quick, how did the finish come to play? I mean,
it was
you guys all raced together?
Big bunch sprint, right?
Were there any people in a break that won different age groups, or was it just
there was a kid off the front?
At the end?
Edison Clark Hawksley was off the front the whole last lap. We just didn't clock it.
Oh, I didn't see that.
We didn't see it. So there was a kid off the front.
Was he a junior or was he?
16-year-old.
Love that.
This is it. They had us. It was kind of weird the way they had the group set up.
They had limited drivers, so
Yeah.
there couldn't be drivers for each field. So Ian's group of 60 plus, my group of 50 plus, 3 4 5s, all the 4 5s, and all the 15 to 18 juniors. So we all were in one field.
Wow.
And there was like 40 4 5s. So there was a whole bunch of novice racers. And they're all fast and they're all fit. They just don't have a whole lot of pack riding experience. Plus, there was a hard no crossing the center line rule.
Yeah.
And the Ober official behind us was honking his horn like every 4 minutes at somebody crossing the center line. So
did he toss anybody?
I'm almost sure that lots of people got disqualified. Of course, the results aren't out yet because it's only been 2 days ago.
Well, maybe
So
sometime next month.
It was kind of a different thing being in there with the. I wouldn't say there was some novices, but mostly they were just
They were good guys.
young,
It wasn't
young
bad.
guns.
There were
But
several crashes. Me and Ian were not mixed up in them.
There was quite a few sort of suicidal, nonsensical attacking going on, and it was just different. And like Lance said, like within a mile of the start, there was I could hear a big screech of tires and
10 guys went down.
Did that happen behind you?
Yeah.
So you didn't see it?
And then again, like a mile from the end, there was another crash behind me.
Geez.
So I don't know what was going on, but we tried to stay up front out of trouble. And, every lap I tried to start that one hill close to the front so I could drift back through it.
Mm-hmm.
And But I thought it was a fun day. I mean,
it was actually a great day. The racing was actually really fun. It was, not technical, but was tactical. Yeah.
Real quick, Ian, just walk me through the last 300 meters for you. I'm curious.
So, it's like it's flat, and then and then it kicks up to what, 3-4%.
It's
5%.
not. It's like your wheelhouse and my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
The last 400 meters are uphill.
It's 400 meters uphill, and the 200 to go. It starts to level out there, but you don't want to leave it for 200 to go. Everything happening.
Yeah, you almost have to burn more of your matches on that initial ascent.
Yeah, and that's what happened. But I could see that, and I got as far. Like Lance and I were on the inside. Lance was looking back to see if I was on his wheel.
I was making sure Ian was with me.
But then I saw he was getting severely boxed in, so I went around Lance. I still ended up in the middle of the pack, and then it kicked off, right? And you just had to go with the space you had. What I should have done was been on the outside close to the center line. That's where it opened up. But that's sprinting, right? You have to have that hole open up for you. Or like when you and I last raced, you just went freaking early and I jumped on your wheel that day. That was awesome.
Which race was that? I don't remember.
That was been on about 2 years ago.
Gotcha. 3 years ago, but yeah.
3 years, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
3 years ago. Gosh, time flies. Anyway, yeah, that was it. I mean, I went past people on the last sprint, but
good.
Nobody went past me, but I just couldn't make any forward progress.
What Ian didn't know is we had already dropped every other 60-year-old. There was no other 60-year-olds in the field sprint.
Well, to be fair, our friend David Root, he was still there. He'd made it over, but he's like, dude, my legs are cramping, my cleat is loose. I'm not gonna compete for the sprint.
He's still 50s, right?
No, he's
61 now.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, he told me he wasn't gonna. compete.
And I wasn't really, I really wasn't racing for myself. I was really trying to help Ian in the last half a lap, and I completely failed at that because road racing is hard. Tactics are hard. It's tricky.
You don't want to do. I wasn't worried about winning the 60s. I don't care for that. My competitive instinct is to go sprint time and win the race.
Yeah, just win everything.
I mean, I can still do it, but it's
so overall. If you were to take the collective total of the entire field, roughly where were you?
Oh,
P 10, 12,
10,
something like that.
Yeah.
Out of what, 60?
60.
That's solid.
And I was probably 20.
Did you turn around and tell all those like little kiddos, suck it?
Yeah.
No, because one was off the front. We didn't even know it.
Not him, but the ones that you beat the other 50.
And the kid who won the field sprint, like, put his arms in the air like he won the whole thing because he didn't know there was a kid off the front, too.
I didn't know there was a kid off the front.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Sweet.
Yeah, don't put your arms up in the air unless you're absolutely sure. Last night that would have been
embarrassing,
really embarrassing,
and also hilarious.
Was Dr. Hanel there?
He did not come. He had family things. He couldn't show up.
It was so much more pleasant with Dr. Hanel not there.
Well, he's usually the guy that's just off the front by himself.
He would have been able to get off the front,
right?
with this
but
group.
it just means that everybody's chasing. That's the worst part of a road race, when you're chasing somebody.
Yeah, but that guy, though, he usually gets out of sight and out of mind pretty early on in the race. And I think that kind of just people, we're not going to get him, just forget it. So just start doing a different kind of race. I don't know.
There was some strong 50-year-olds out there, though.
There was.
Dag was out there. He was really strong. He finished ahead of me.
And he won the 50s.
Yeah.
Ben Marine from Eugene, he did well. A lot of the 50-year-old guys who the 3, 4, 5s were out there. There was like 12 or something like that, 50-year-olds. So I guess there wasn't that many. I think I only finished like 7th or something, because after I got completely boxed and Ian went around me, there was nowhere for me to go. I sat up.
Did my part.
Yep. So
anyway, it was a good weekend. It's good to be pinning a number on again.
Sweet.
Doing that stuff.
Epler, you raced your bike.
I did that Banana Belt race the day before. I also did Slinger, the big mountain bike race down
Did you crash into the bushes?
I did crash.
I did see that.
times.
I saw that video.
I talked to Paul. Paul never crashes. Almost never crashes. He crashed as well.
Oh my God.
He said that he was talking to some people afterwards, and he's like, yeah, just about everybody crashed in that course. He said there was nice weather, but there were some really greasy spots.
The
it
problem
looked thick. The mud looked thick.
Yeah, the problem with the course is that it doesn't get ridden very often. It's in a private forest, so it's not like packed in very often. And we had enough rain this last week that anything steep was it was controlled sliding.
Oh, geez.
Anything steep going downhill was controlled sliding. It
also looked like there were ruts. Like,
Yes.
did you feel like you're?
Yes.
That's kind of what it
So,
looked
like,
like.
if you get out of, if you lose your balance in the rut, you're going down. There is no way to save it. And if you're trying to do the down shoots fast and you just get off a little bit, goodbye, over the bars. And I did it twice.
Twice? Okay.
Yeah.
You looked like you were okay. I mean, it looked like soft.
It was. I just
you
landed
fell
in
in the
some
right
bushes.
You fell in the right place. If you were to hit like some sort of like, tree trunk with a stick going the wrong way, you could have hurt yourself.
Yes. Paul messed himself up a little more than me. Yeah, we're both okay. I mean, we're just both scratched up, but he was more scratched up than I was.
How does that course rank, technical wise? It looked really hard, is it?
It's actually a climber's course. There's tons of climbing in it. There's like a 4-mile climb in the 10-mile loop that we do twice.
Wow.
And so clearly not a good course for me. So for me, it's just like,
it's got to go down then. So there
it does
you
go down,
but you can't go fast.
No, but you can't go fast because there were like speedish limits on the single track stuff because of conditions. Yeah. So our weather was great. It just, man, I suffered a lot. And it was a little bit longer than years past because he included a trail we haven't included in a number of years because the guy who built that trail passed away over the winter, and he wanted to like tribute the guy who built the trail. So,
what bike did you use?
I have a new mountain bike, a new Scott Spark RC with flight attendant, and so
it's not that new now. You've had it for
3 months.
Oh, it is new. Okay,
it's brand new.
Oh, I was thinking
I got another Scott Spark.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I was thinking of more like a year or two, something. But anyway.
It's actually probably less than 3 months. Anyway,
you just
I got it right before Echo.
Did you scratch it up and beat it up?
It's very purple.
It's very purple. It needs to be painted something else. I did not scratch it
It's
up.
got
though.
neon stuff on it too. Looks like someone got excited and voided themselves.
Yeah, that's a good way
bike.
to put it. It does. The paint job is. You know what? I've had 5 or 6 people say, "Dude, I love that bike," but they tend to be kids.
Okay. You're hip to the youngsters.
I guess I'm hip to the youngsters, but
yeah.
Bike's okay though.
Bike's totally fine. Yeah, and I was totally fine too. I wasn't hurt at all. I just I lost a couple positions and whatnot.
Did anybody get seriously hurt on that?
I don't think so.
No, so just
No.
mere flesh wounds.
Yeah, just flesh wounds. So again, I'm racing the Cat 150 field. I only beat the guy who had a mechanical, the guy who rode off course, and the 69-year-old that wanted to race Cat 1. Those are the only 3 people I beat in the Cat 1 field. So you're welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I was like 10th in that. So
Perfect.
Yeah. But yeah, great time. Mike Ripley puts on a great event. It was a little more poorly attended than I was hoping it would be. There were a lot of people who weren't there that normally are there. So I don't know what's up with that. And then the Banana Belt race was very well attended.
That's
the
good.
road race.
That's good because road racing needs that.
Yeah, and I think it's because the weather was great.
The organizers are
Different organizers.
Well, I just think that group is doing good things.
Yes.
That team.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
it was very well put on.
It was well put on. It's just a bum we don't have quick results. Well, that being said, I mean Ian did PIR last night, and they had chip timing,
Instant results.
And those results aren't out yet either.
They're not instant results. There must be something wrong.
Ask, that's a passive system.
It's a passive system.
So it's not going to be super great when you're talking about big bunch finishes.
Correct. Makes it tricky.
I don't understand what
you have to put your RFID on the front of your bike.
That's right.
Not the back of your
Tape it to your fork, not to your seat.
Come on, guys. This is rookie.
It was the first time he was using it, and so they had the Obra camera as backup.
Yeah.
And I spoke to Kevin a few weeks ago, and there's multiple ways of measuring that. He said it was suitable for a big bunch sprint. That there's multiple ways of measuring it at the very end there.
Oh, good.
I don't know all the details, but we'll see.
We'll see how it goes.
It will eventually. He wants it to. It should be like the other chip timing, like with E8, whereby you get your live results
immediately.
Immediately. So I think it's a work in progress, and it's going to be good. I think it's
we hope so.
A big improvement.
Usually with the camera systems, you can film it, and that's the official placement, right?
Yes.
So someone's reviewing that and just punch a number in. It's pretty
It's
quick.
just-
You can do that really quickly.
It's
but then you
one-
can get the general consensus, and maybe even the time can come from the RFID.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Right now, the Obra, there's one person reviewing that camera footage,
Okay.
and there's people, there's people whose numbers aren't visible.
No.
There's all kinds of issues.
we usually have a team at a small track meet. We usually have a team of at least 2. So, and usually sometimes it's 3. And this is for a small track meet compared to a real road race or PIR.
Well, there's a couple of people manning the camera. There's the judge and there's a camera person. But then, as far as compiling the results and posting the results, it's like a one-man show, I believe.
Going with a passive system as opposed to an active system, I'm guessing it's a cost prohibitive thing.
It's way cheaper.
Exactly.
Passive systems are way cheaper than active systems.
Correct. But what about long term and just the viability of the actual numbers that you're able to produce? And
Yeah, that's a good question. Don't know.
I mean, I hope I love the fact that he's doing this. I think it's fantastic. It was when I was on the board of directors, that's one of the things that I pushed hard for, and really didn't get much traction with it. But I'm glad to see somebody taking a proactive approach outside of the organization to say, I want to offer this at my race events.
He wants, but not only that, he wants to offer it at his race
As a
events, but he
service.
wants to make it available for all the promoters as well,
and that's fantastic.
very reasonably as
because
well.
we've used E8 for the time
Yeah.
trial, and it would floor some people to know how much we had to pay to use that system. What was it, $1,500, $1,600? to have 100 and some odd people come out and do the race, 150 people come out and do the race. So it's like an extra $10 a person for us to offer that. And that's why we did raise our prices.
E8 is a proven commodity, and because of that, their prices have gone up in the last few years. So, I mean...
And I'm all for people, because it's a big commitment. You've got to get out there, be out there all day. It's all of your equipment that you've invested a lot of money in. I get that.
I mean, honestly, $1,500 sounds cheap to me. Like,
not when there's 90 racers.
Well, we had
no. Forget the numbers. Like, if I was to hire you to go out, wake up on a Saturday, leave your family behind, and be there at, let's say, 6 a.m. and be there till 6 p.m. Would you do it for $1,500? You'd be like, maybe. But a lot of Saturdays, you'd be like, no thanks.
Yeah, and
I'd rather go race a different. You want to do. You have a lot of stuff to do on Saturdays.
It really works well. It's a great system, and for some of the bigger races, like the gravel races we go to, where you've got 800-900 people, then it makes total sense.
Oh, absolutely.
But for smaller events, it's difficult to make it work.
I don't see how that works well for like a cyclocross race when you've got closer stuff in PIR or a crit for that matter. You've got 8, 10, 12, 15 people crossing the line within like a second or two of each other, going 28 to 35 miles an hour.
And if there's 7 guys lined up across the finish line, or 4 guys lined up across the finish line, and one guy's numbers blocking the guy, to his left.
And you have lapped traffic, people coming through the finish line that have to keep going. Like, that's really confusing.
They used the same system at Portland Trophy Cup for all the cyclocross races at Portland Trophy Cup last year. It was an RFID passive system that attached to your seat post. So it was the same type of system, and it actually worked great in cyclocross. It worked.
Okay, well, I stand corrected then.
Yeah. But there isn't sprint finishes in cyclocross.
That's true.
And
in those,
if you didn't have your number in the chip, RFD chip, in the right spot, and the camera missed you, it thought you did a lap that took twice as long. Because cyclocross is multiple laps, and then all of a sudden you were at the bottom. So there were issues with it, but they're improving it.
I still also think like, okay, $1,500 for this. All the RFID stuff is expensive too. It doesn't. And $1,500 is tough to beat.
Yeah, generally speaking, too, they're sending 2 people out to do these events, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So
I think the truth of the matter is, like, we've talked about this on the podcast before. Raise entry prices. No one likes that. You don't like that. You guys hate this suggestion, but like, raise the entry prices for all these things.
I could talk at length about this.
I don't mind paying that, because that's a service that we need and we love. I would actually pay more. It's I don't want to have to pay the municipalities as much as we're paying to go out there and put on an event, or pay $400 a day per toilet, outhouse that you're having out there. Flaggers, I love you, but I mean, we shouldn't have to pay you $50-$60 an hour per person. It's just, that's cost prohibitive.
Very
true. Put on a bicycle racing event, and it's not. I guess some of the promoters are doing this for profit, but usually
at the end of the day,
not the road race.
You can really only charge market rates. Above a certain point, people are just not going to show up. And unfortunately, for road events like our time trial, like my Barton Park, there's a ceiling to what you can charge, and otherwise people won't show up.
Correct.
So Barton Park, I'm charging $50 per rider. For example, I need 100 people to show up just to break even on that. On the other side of the coin, I can't bring myself to do this upcoming race on Sunday, the gravel race out at Duffer, which I've done every year the last six years or so.
Gorge
Fantastic race. What a great event. But I just can't justify paying $185.
Is that what they're charging now?
For a 1-day race. It's beyond.
It does come with a meal and with
t-shirt, glass, and pretty nice podium prizes. It's a fantastic event, so well organized, and I appreciate how much it must cost to put that on. But on the other hand,
well, that's a good question. Okay. Like, you're a promoter. Like, how much more is it to put on an event like that, where you don't have to pay for a lot of the things that you have to pay for just to put on a road event? Like, do you need the same number of flaggers?
I think you do. Even these gravel roads are public roads, so by law, every intersection you got to have somebody there, even if there's no vehicle traffic.
Have you seen any flaggers out on the Gorge Gravel Ground Course lanes?
Yes, there's a couple. There's
closer to town, right?
There's 2 or 3 intersections where there's flaggers.
Okay, but not all of them.
No,
but no more than Barton Park, for example.
Okay,
for sure.
Barton Park needs like 14.
Yeah. Now, to go back to this though, I mean, how many people? What's the cap? What's the ceiling on the number?
900.
Okay, times 185. That's a pretty big cash grab. Now, granted, I want to see promoters do well, but there's going to be that fine point of like, it's maybe going to lose a little bit of its luster, or
I don't want that race to go away.
no. But what's a palatable number for you?
I think
If it was 100,
yeah, I would pay $100.
so that's still double the price that you're saying that you charge.
It's just a barrier to entry. Like it's making bike racing more exclusive than it should be, right?
How much do you guys pay for Unbound?
Unbound is $300 for a single day race.
And I think that's probably a pretty good.
And I just signed up for Belgian Waffle Ride San Diego. I'm going to do that in 2 weeks.
How much?
It was $285 for a 1 day race.
I just think that like people
So
are willing
much.
to pay a premium for a premium like race.
Event, yeah.
Right? Like you probably didn't bat an eye when you're like, hey, I qualified for Unbound. I got in this year. Like, yep, the price tag is going to be thick, but you just fork it over.
Yeah, it's a
With,
supply and demand thing there. Right
Yeah,
now.
you charge what people are willing to pay.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
the economics of it.
So here's the
But
other
you
thing.
can also provide a better product when you can. What were you talking about before with Gravel Grinder? It's like you get whatever.
You get a meal.
you get a meal,
a T-shirt. You get a finisher pint glass. You
Yeah,
get
cool
a
stuff.
patch. You
And then-
get a sticker. The podium prizes are great. There's
And the
on course.
Feed
food,
zone.
feed zones.
Race timing is less of a commitment from the race director standpoint when it's a smaller percentage of the total, volume of money that you're dealing with.
Here's the other thing. His race has sold out every year for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
The fact that there was a spot that Ian could register for it this week is a little unique. It's usually sold out, so he doesn't need to charge less.
Yeah.
Because it's always sold out for the last 10 years. So why wouldn't he continue charging it? For me, I signed up for all of Chad Sperry's events. He has 3 events. I signed up as a package deal. And so what ended up happening was I got this entry for free.
Oh yeah,
Because
you did the whole package.
Because I did all 3 races package. Now, one of the races is Oregon Trail Gravel, and that's like $2,000. Because it's a 5-day,
and they like take your stuff for you,
and it's breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day, and transfers, and so
they
it's
throw in this little tiny
camping.
$200 race from there. Like, look
Yeah,
what you get. Here you go.
You want to come? You can have this. Have this race.
Pay us
for free.
$5,000 and you can
I
do this.
happily did it because I thought
Yeah.
I'm probably going to do all 3 of these races anyway.
And you've done them in the past, and they're good events.
And I signed up for him in November when he had this super great deal, and I'm like, okay, that's worth it for me to do the super great deal, and I'm committed to Oregon Trail Gravel and Cascade Gravel and Gorge Gravel now this year.
That's funny. I after last year, I vowed after 5 years, I'm never ever going to do Baker City Cycling Classic again. And guess what my prize was for winning Banana Belt? A free entry to Baker City Cycling Classic.
Love it. So real quick question. We're kind of off topic.
This is great.
Yeah,
This is why we do this
I
show.
love it. We've never done this before. What's going on?
I actually like this topic. I think it's pretty fun.
This is a good topic.
Matt is suggesting charging more of a premium. What kind of a premium price tag would you put on the Barton Park race experience? Ian currently has it sitting at $50 a head. Where would you put that if you were
Over $100.
over $100?
Over $100. You know why? I would try to transform the event into something that Lance would be like, I can't miss this race.
I can't miss it.
I can't miss this race. I'm willing to pay a premium for it. Maybe there's some package discount deal in November. Steal ideas. Don't come up with them yourself. There's whatever it is. There's, I think you have to start small because I think it's got to build a bit of a momentum, right? Because it's not going to be sold out on the first year because no one knows how fantastic it is. But if you have that extra money, I think you can do a lot more things. Again, chip timing or, paying a timing company to come out, that's a lot more reasonable. But maybe it's just the first time it's like more podium prizes, more something simple like that. Podium prizes.
We are going to have some splendid podium prizes.
Yep.
It's going to be good. But
where would you
again,
put that?
like Banana Belt charged $40. So
Yeah.
if somebody just raced that and then looked at my race and it was $100, they would expect a whole
They
lot
would
more.
expect
Yeah.
a lot more. So
But
what
what
would you do? What would you do with that
Well,
extra
I
money?
mean-
That's my question.
Yeah.
How would you make it premium? How would you make it a cool experience for people with
Going
an
to
extra?
Sizzler.
You were going to
the thing
Sizzler,
is,
baby.
the motivation behind putting Barton Park on was always to try to keep road racing happening here, keep it alive in the Portland, Vancouver area.
But what?
And then, so I don't want to create a barrier to that for people that just can't afford to.
But what if keeping road racing alive and keeping this race alive is making it a more premium event that people are more encouraged to go to, and potentially make sure that they sign up for quickly before they get cut off the list? Like there's a limited number of spots.
Then I feel like I would just be part of the problem.
Can I pitch something to you real quick?
Sure, yeah.
Well, let me just ask you a quick question, just to kind of qualify the numbers here. What are you expecting in terms of registration? Like what would be like, all right, that's good. You said 100 would break even. 150? Does that sound like?
Yeah, we had, I think last year we had close to 150, but it was a beautiful weekend. What happens is people leave it to the last minute because they're watching, they were looking at the weather.
Yeah.
And so anything could happen. Like last year I made some money. It was great, but the sun was out. So this year, all it would take would be a shitty weather forecast, and then it would be a close call whether I'm out of pocket or not.
So let's just say safely 150 people, rain or shine. That we'll just say that's your number, right? And you're charging $50 a head. So if you come out on top, you make $2,500 ish, give or take. And people don't that sounds like a lot of money. But if you think about the sheer number of hours that you put into it leading up to it, and all of the work that has to be done, plus the amount of time that you spend out there during the event, and then the breakdown process, and just the stress. I mean, it really is not like all that glamorous. But if you made a little bit more, that could be good for you. But what would happen if you jumped your prices up from $50 to $85? Just curiosity here. Another $35.
Lose a lot of people?
How many people do you think you would lose? Just ballpark.
Yeah, that's a good question. Hard to say.
What if we said you went down to 125 people?
But
I
then
wouldn't flinch. I wouldn't flinch at 85 over.
Yeah.
But there's going to be people that are going to flinch, and we'll just say that you lose 25 racers, but your net goes from $7,500 to $10,625. And what you can do is create a scholarship program to, or just underwrite some of these people to get some of those 25 racers to come back. You're going to be doing them a favor, taking care of them financially. You've got some extra bucks in your back pocket. You take that money, some of it, not all of it, because you need to make some money too. And then you can start buying some prizes. You can bring in some food. You can bring in some other accommodations to make the people kind of stoked. If you go,
absolutely true. You could grow this event, right?
Sure.
You could make it better. You could. There's all kinds of things, but do I want to do that? Like, it's just me, and I feel like I'm doing. It's enough work for me. I don't want to make it a big event, right?
Okay, you've got extra money to pay somebody to help you with some of this.
But
stuff.
if you don't want to make it a big event, cap the number of racers at like 50 racers, and put that at the top of every single post on Instagram or on your website. This race will be sold out at this number, and
this many people per field.
And
period.
this is the price. Or I would definitely do some sort of graduated pricing where it's like right now it's $50. In 2 weeks it's going to be $60. In a month it's going to be $80 or whatever.
Yeah.
So
that
like,
seems to work. But right, it's in line with the price is in line with similar events at the moment. And if I charge more,
people are going to.
I would have to add more value in some way. You're right. Right now, it's enough work to try and get prizes together, to get the traffic control taken care of, to get the permits, to put it all on.
And the prizes you're getting are probably donated.
And then you have more to lose. Like if you have a real weekend where it's forecast to pour down with rain and nobody wants to show up, then you've exposed yourself to greater risk if you invested more in it. So
if you've invested more in it, I agree with you on that. Like if you're like, all right, we bought beer glasses for everyone or whatever. I mean, you don't put a year on it so that you can use them the next year. I mean, there's probably things that we could do to mitigate some of the risks, right? So I don't have all the answers, but I definitely feel like that's probably the direction I would take it. I would try and increase the price.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think I'm going to take it in the other direction.
That's good too.
And
I love that.
Pass it on to somebody else. Or I've done it. This 3 years is a good run. And
Yeah,
And it's
I personally don't want to see the prices go up. I would love to figure out a way to like how do we keep the same quality, provide more, but cost less, and that just comes into like sponsorship stuff and different vendors coming in and underwriting things and having different ways of generating income. I mean, what if you had 5 food trucks out there and you just charged each one of them $100 to show up just to be able to sell their stuff, and you don't have to do anything from there, but you made $500 that you can put into you or anything else.
Again, it's the scale of it. Nobody's going to show up for the day with a food cart when there's only 100 people at the
start with one
event.
but
so
because
we found that with our time trial, right? In the end, we couldn't really attract food vendors because they weren't going to. The numbers didn't stack up. And then you need extra permits and fire department permits and all kinds of things.
Exactly. We kind of did it under the radar, and it was okay. It didn't end up being what we thought it was going to be, but the thing that really caused us not to be able to do it going forward was just all of the bureaucracy behind being able to bring a freaking food truck out to sell some food. No, that's just.
I kind of, personally, I like a stripped down. I don't need my events to be premium, like Banana Belt.
Yeah,
I won a banana. I won a banana, and well, I got the race entry for Baker City, but it was no frills.
Yeah,
and that was kind of fun. You show up, you put a number on, you roll up to the start line, you do your thing, you go home. To me, that's grassroots bike racing. It's all it needs to be. I don't need another beer glass or another T-shirt.
Does that attract out new cyclists, though?
What's that?
Does that bring out new racers? Does that get people excited about bike racing?
Yeah, good. No.
I think the way that you're doing it and the way that you're pricing it and your goal of pricing it lower is extremely admirable. Like, to me, that's like worth it just for that. Like, the fact that you're like doing stuff for the community, your goal is to reduce the prices, not like gouge people for every dollar. Like, to me, you're doing it correctly.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, it's just hats off. It's awesome.
All right.
It's hard way to do it. That is your topic for today.
Fun to look at that from a couple different angles, and I'm sure that you'll stew on this, and I'm sure you'll come up with something pretty genius that you can pass on to somebody else if you're done. So
I'm not an entrepreneurial guy. I know that about myself. I've got my own business. It's the same kind of thing. Like, it could be bigger. I could grow it. I could offer this, that, and the other. But you
also want to ride your bike and enjoy your life and travel and all the things.
I'm retired.
And you're retired, yeah.
I've done all that. So.
There's a big difference between the race promoters who do it as their job and the race promoters like Ian who do it
to give back.
To give back and keep a race on the calendar that we don't want to lose.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like Banana Belt's like that too. Like, it's just the team that wants to do something cool.
And it is
cool.
It's changed. The promoter at Banana Belt has changed hands a couple of times. Just somebody says, I'm not doing it next year, and a different team takes it up.
I think that's probably what's going to happen.
Third team in the last 3 or 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. Let's put that on.
Yeah.
Well, good on them for doing it, though.
But so thank goodness that it still happened.
Yeah.
It is. Sometimes it's a little frustrating. Like you are kind of doing it for the community, but the community is hesitant as well. Everybody wants to race their bikes, and yet nobody registers until the last minute, or you can't get people to volunteer to drive the cars.
Come up with an edge where people are like hoping and praying and rooting for rain.
Yeah.
Like you got to change the dynamic of it. Like, if it rains, this is what happens, and it's just going to be
that'll be cool.
Yeah. And just.
Well, we've done that race in the rain before.
Sure.
Way back. And
it's
it was
miserable,
fine.
but have it be some sort of reward for the
could it be there? There could, I think like you're right. Like, this is like the, every problem is an opportunity in disguise, right? Where it's like, okay, well, if it rains, we have this special thing that happens. And I don't know what that special thing is. Maybe it's like a special award at the finish line, or, someone who ends up the most wet, way before, and you weigh yourself afterwards, and whoever weighs the most, like, gain the most water weight. Something stupid like that, right? Like, come up with something and be like, this is a cool way to make rain a positive instead of a negative.
I spent a couple of $100 on a big 150-person picnic shelter that's. So in case, just in case it rains.
In case it rains at Barton Park.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. That's cool.
All right.
I think you were backpedaling. I don't know where the hell we went.
Jake's turn to backpedal.
Clearly done. I'm clearly done backpedaling.
Jake,
What?
backpedal.
I didn't do anything, guys. Come on now. You know that.
Come on.
I went to North Carolina.
Yeah.
Been there, done that. Moving on.
Yeah.
Not much to report about.
Did you have a direct flight?
No.
Where did you go? I'm trying to think of it. Well, I know.
Dude,
Where did you go?
I don't know what it is. It's usually it's happened to me on Alaska once and on United twice. The Wi-Fi. What's going on with the planes and the Wi-Fi? It seems like these two airlines it never freaking works right. But
well, I will say most people don't plan on working the whole trip. I just download a couple movies I haven't seen yet.
It's usually a good 4 to 5 hours of like work that I can get done. Nobody's bugging me. Nobody can call me. Nobody's walking in.
Yeah.
Everybody that I'm traveling with is usually asleep or engrossed in something else. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get all this work done. And a lot of times I get a ton of work done. And then there's the times where the internet doesn't work.
And you can't do nothing.
It's a technical, having been in aircraft maintenance, it's a technical issue, right? It's
maintenance people that can't fix the internet.
It's a difficult thing
Satellite,
to provide that kind of bandwidth. Essentially, there's two commercial systems out there. One of them is predominantly for the It's like a traditional cell network, but for aviation, and it's in the domestic markets. And then there's a satellite-based thing for the transatlantic and the.
Is Starlink going to get in on this?
I think they
I don't know, but if with the domestic system, it's difficult to provide the bandwidth to you, especially if everybody's getting on at the same time.
Answer this question though. I don't know if this is how it works, but I'm not able to access the internet. I can't do any work on my computer. It just says doesn't work. It's no connection, whatever. But I can get on their system and I can watch movies and TV shows.
That's because there's a local server in the back of the airplane.
All of that stuff there?
Yep, it's all stored locally.
That's kind of what I was thinking, because like this sucks because I can't access the internet to do anything, but I can sure watch all these stupid movies and TV shows.
The movies are stored on the airplane.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
On my trip to DC, it was interesting. They wouldn't allow like general internet traffic. This was like the free tier. I'm sure there was a more higher paid option, but it would allow like messages through different like messaging programs. So you could like hang on their local network, or you could do like really, of course, network traffic wise, this is tiny traffic, like messaging. So what I was doing was I was using AI and I'm messaging my home computer through Telegram, which is like chat. And I'm like, I had like 10 or 12 different AI systems like running different things the whole time. And I'm constantly like texting, the next one what to do or whatever. And so I was constantly getting like AI to do all this work while I was flying 5 hours. Yeah, it was crazy. It was wild. And I was like, man, I need to like show people this, because it's like,
that's
you're
fantastic.
Flying the whole way through 5 hours, and it was like great.
Cool.
Like, got a ton of.
And I could get the periodic text that might come through. Like it was something that maybe was sent like 20 or 30 minutes prior. But anyway,
I think what happens is the antenna they use is limited to the power output and the bandwidth it can support, because of the potential for interference with everything else the airplane's trying to receive and transmit.
So we flew from Portland to Washington, D.C. and zero internet. And then we go to get on this little puddle jumper. It's like a 2x1 seating arrangement, like where you had to like cock your head a little bit to the sideways so you didn't hit your head on the ceiling going in there. No internet on that. Plus we were in the air for 40 minutes or something like that. So I'm like, oh, that sucks. And then, I don't have time because this soccer thing. We were there for soccer, and it was just soccer. And there just wasn't really ever at the hotel because we had to get out there early where they're all doing stuff and whatnot, and then get back. And I'm like, I'm tired. I'm not going to go work on the computer. Anyway, so I didn't get anything done, and I had so much stuff that I needed to get done. And then coming back, it was the same issue. Well, actually, I take that back. We flew from Greensboro to Chicago, and we weren't really up in the air for all that long. And by the time we got up and everything was, settled, I didn't want to pay whatever the premium was to get the internet for just 45 minutes or so.
And it's not very good when you get it.
Exactly. I'm like, all right, I'll get it on the next leg home from Chicago to Portland. Internet problems again. Oh, you want a little fun fact? Did you guys, I think I've mentioned this to Lance. Did you hear anything about like a plane being forced down that left Chicago and was going to New York, but had to land in Pittsburgh? And it was an emergency landing because they heard this rhythmic beeping that nobody could account for, and it kept getting stronger. And it was like every second, it was like beep, 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 and it kept getting. Anyway, emergency landing in Pittsburgh. They make everybody like get off the plane. They open up emergency exits. People are sliding down the slides and sliding off the plane, and they're flight. All the people are like, get away from the plane, get away.
Wow.
And there's like bomb expert people there, Homeland Security, FBI, fire department, the whole thing, and all these people had to go run out in the middle of the field. I'm like, that's crazy. they were on the same airline I was. They left Chicago about like an hour before we got there. So I'm like, oh,
I wonder what it was.
glad that wasn't us. But they still haven't come out and said exactly what it was yet. I haven't seen it yet, but I haven't really seen any media coverage on it. It's been more people that were on the plane that had video of this happening.
Oh my gosh.
Telling their experience. I'm like, why aren't they talking about this? But I don't know. Anyway. So anyway, long story short, yeah, Greensboro, been there, done that. Don't need to go back.
Asheville's cool in North Carolina. That's a pretty spot over there.
Have you been to the Blue Ridge Mountains?
Yep.
I heard that John Denver guy tell me it's pretty cool. So I wanted to go there, but everybody said no, it's 3 hours.
Blue Ridge Parkway is gorgeous. That's a fantastic ride.
Is it?
Yeah, but that's Virginia and North Carolina. Yeah.
That was my old drive to college.
Oh, yeah.
From Alabama up and over. There's some different ways you can go.
That road's gorgeous.
All right, enough for me.
Champ Alley.
Champ.
All right, no time for that.
We're
Let's
like
go.
an hour in.
Here.
We're an hour in. We haven't even gotten started.
I want to talk about
Sports.
3 different things. Just so we know, the Banana Belt Road Race, the elite race, came down to a field sprint as well. There wasn't a breakaway. And Max Ritzau won. He beat Zach Kovlicek, who you raced last night. And the reason he beat him, because Zach is definitely a faster sprinter than Max is. But Max, he just floated all the way to the yellow line so that, and Kovlicek was trying to come around his left side. So
Boxed him out.
Just boxed him out. Yeah, it was a fair move. It was clean. If Zach wanted to cross the yellow line to sprint around him, he could have, but he would have been DQ'd for crossing sprint the line. And Max played his card right, so kind of interesting.
So, when you're in the sprint, though, you're not allowed to deviate from your line.
Yeah, it's just a gradual sliding
So
over. Is
Zach could
okay.
have gone to the right just the same.
He was already halfway.
Oh, he was already committed.
He was already committed,
I
and it
don't
was it was the last like 2.5 seconds or something, right?
I was under the impression that you're strictly held to holding your line. I don't unless it was just super like gentle, but I don't know.
And somebody who told me, Chuck Kenlin, the executive director of Obra, he came up to me at the beginning of the race and say, "Hey, somebody looked at your Sasquatch Duro video and chopped it up and sent it to me saying, hey, this guy crossed the center line right here, and this guy weaved through the whole neutral rollout in between people on the gravel, in the middle of people.
skate
He's
parks.
like, this guy needs to be DQ'd, and Chuck just laughed at him. He's like, no, we actually there was 2 flaggers where I crossed the line because there was a spot that we could cross the line because we were taking a right turn onto a different road. Anyway.
That's funny that somebody went to
the trouble to chop up my video and send it to
making
Chuck.
friends, Lance Epler.
People don't like me. Okay, let's get on to something way more interesting. We had Paris-Roubaix.
Oh, Paris-Roubaix.
Paris-Roubaix this last weekend was one of the best races I've ever watched. It was fantastic. There was mayhem everywhere. There was, amongst the 3 podium finishers, there were 7 flat tires amongst those 3 podium finishers. So everybody had flat issues. Wout had flat issues. Tadej had flat issues. Van der Poel had a disaster flat that really bit him in the butt, and he lost a couple minutes and never quite got back.
Do you think that this was like, do you think there was like people that were putting stuff out on the road for flats?
No, it's none of that.
What it is they're pushing the limits and running those
Super low.
tubeless
Tubeless
tires.
Are they putting inserts in
as low a pressure as they can get away with. And what's happening is they're burping air out of the sidewall.
Correct. Because of the speed that they're going. This is a 165-mile race. They averaged 30.5 miles an hour.
And that's over cobbles.
That over cobbles. So they're doing these cobble sections over 30 miles an hour. So if you're doing a cobble section over 30 miles an hour and you're not on the front and can pick your line, somebody's going to get a flat tire. It's exactly what happened to Wout. No, pardon. That's exactly what happened to Van der Poel. Wout got let out to get into the Ehrenberg Forest, which is one of the trickier, rougher sections. Van der Poel is right on his wheel, and Van der Poel gets a flat that goes disaster for him because no team cars can go through the Ehrenberg Forest. You can't switch. You can't get people through there. He switched bikes with Philipsen, and then he couldn't clip into Philipsen's pedals, and then he kind of gave up and walked back, and then who was it? Tibor Del Grosso gave him his front wheel, and he got back on and got going, but he'd lost 2.5 minutes, and he flatted again before the end, which means he was just pressing again as hard as he could go. So all the flat issues, I think, had to do with the speed and the burping of tubeless tires. Tubeless tires, yes.
They're going to come up with some special extra glue on there or something.
They're experimenting with a lot of the teams are putting like silicon adhesive, trying to seal that.
Trying to glue on
gluing
tubeless
tires on. Sometimes with
if you think
tubular
about it,
glue, right? They're using.
But if you think about it, like if you have a problem, it's not like you're on the road and you can just you're not fixing it yourself. You've got, so if you have to change out the entire wheel, that's not a big deal for those guys.
Yes, that's
for
right.
us, it's totally different. Like, this is not the solution for us.
No,
but
it's
like,
not.
they're either switching bikes most likely,
and
or
it's still like.
But the team cars are so far behind them on those cobbled sectors.
Yeah, it makes it
is a big deal.
trickier because there are a couple sections that cars can't go through.
Yeah.
No cars can go through. Just just a few of the support neutral support vehicles they'll allow through.
And Pogača had like a dozen flats as well.
Pogača had 2 different flats. One where he got on a neutral Shimano bike and rode it for 5K, and then switched to a teammate's bike, and then switched to his own bike, and then got another flat later on.
And then I heard that the tire manufacturers are telling them not to put inserts in there, and in a lot of cases not to put sealant in there either.
What?
Weird, huh?
No,
yeah.
it doesn't freaking work without sealant.
You're
On a hookless
more
rim,
at
it
a
doesn't
risk.
work. You're way more at a risk of a burn.
Anyway, that's what I.
Yeah. So regardless, it ended up being a great race. Wout and Tadej get away at the very end. The two of them are swapping poles, although Tadej was doing most of the work. And what we all wanted and what Jake actually called last week.
I was going to call that out.
Was Wout beats Tadej in a sprint, which was just I broke into tears watching it. I think it was so emotional to see Wout actually finally come around.
It's been a while.
It's been a while since I've won a race, and for him to finally win the 2 races he really wants to win in his entire career is Tour of Flanders and Paris-Roubaix. And he's finally won Paris-Roubaix, and he's lost Tour of Flanders by 3 inches to Van der Poel a couple years ago. So he's come very close. So watching that race was just fantastic. So
good job, Jake. What did you win?
Pat on the back. And,
you get a pat on the back.
Shiny Waterloo.
I think if you just say Wout's going to win every single race, eventually he's going to win run. One of them, right? It's
It's right.
Clock being right.
He did. It was so awesome. So racing was really good. That was an exciting race to watch. Watching the last 2 hours is worth it to see all the drama that happens.
And then how iconic, the world champion and Wout van Aert on a 2-up sprint.
On a 2-up sprint.
Yep.
In the velodrome. Yeah. Amazing.
And Wout takes him. So
really exciting. He's got to be the favorite. Plus, I think he was on Pogača's wheel. I can't remember how that went. No. Was it?
Yeah, Pogača was in front.
In one of the final cobble sections, there's no hill for Pogača to drop everybody on at Roubaix. And in one of the final cobble sections, Tadej attacked to try. They were in a group of 3. It was him and Wout, and I think was it Mads Pedersen?
I think so. Yeah.
I think Mads Pedersen and Tadej attacked, and Wout said that he did 1,300 watts seated to get back onto Tadej's wheel.
And then you got I think they have 10K of kind of flat stuff afterwards, something like that. I can't remember.
And you're not going to catch him on the regular pavement. And so Wout and Tadej got up the road, and they were 30 seconds up the road. They ended up only winning by 15 seconds because they're gaming. They're gaming a little bit at the end. And Jasper Stuyven, I think, ended up 3rd,
really? Okay.
and Van der Poel ended up 4th.
I think I saw that.
He got all the way back to 4th after losing 2.5 minutes with 100K to go. Oh my gosh! I mean, fantastic race, great race, super exciting. There's another monument coming up this Sunday, which is Liège-Bastogne-Liège.
Okay.
La Flèche
Flèche
Wallonne is
tomorrow.
tomorrow on Wednesday. And so it should be interesting. So
We had Amstel Gold this
We had
last
Amstel
weekend.
Gold.
Amstel Gold.
and
Evenepoel.
Remco,
kind of
yes.
easily won it.
It looked pretty. It was him and one other person at the end. and-
It was him and Skelmos who beat Remco and Tade in a sprint last year at the end of Amstel Gold. But he had no legs this time because Remco was just hammering.
And it looked like it was those two for a while.
Yeah, they were off the front together for quite a while. There's enough climbing in that race that it's
one more
tricky.
monument, one more classics.
There's one more classic monument until so this Sunday, which is Liège-Bastogne-Liège, until Il Lombardia, which is in September or something like that. It's in Italy in the end of the year.
Okay.
So it should be interesting. So that was great racing.
Do we know who's racing Liège-Bastogne-Liège?
Tade's doing it.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah. There's a little bit more climbing in it. I believe
Pidcock's doing it.
Pidcock is back
Okay.
after messing up his knee in Tour of Basque Country or whatever race he was doing that he crashed on.
Yeah.
So it should be interesting to see what happens with Liège-Bastogne-Liège. So that should be a fun race to watch.
Cool.
The other thing was we had the Lifetime Grand Prix. We had Sea Otter. We had the inaugural race in the Lifetime Grand Prix series, which was the 90-mile gravel race at Sea Otter down in Monterey, California.
That's notoriously been... No, they did gravel there last year.
They did gravel last year. 2 years before that, they did the mountain bike race. So they've switched it to the gravel race.
So it's just gravel. Well, I'm sure they have mountain bike races.
Yeah,
still.
the mountain bike race still happen.
Part of the Lifetime Grand Prix was you had to do some mountain bike races in there too?
Yes.
Is it all gravel now?
No. Leadville is it's
Still
kind of,
technically a mountain bike race.
And Little Sugar is a legit mountain bike race.
All right.
So there's 5 races in the Lifetime Grand Prix, and 2. Schwamigan is also a mountain bike race. There's 3 mountain bike races and 3 gravel races.
All right.
Okay.
In the Lifetime Grand Prix. So
Were there heavy hitters in this one?
Yeah, everyone, every major gravel racer in the U.S. and half of the world was at this.
You got to
race.
want to see where you are for the series. While if you don't start the series, you obviously can't have a chance in the series.
Yes, correct.
So
you have one giveaway race.
So how did it go?
Two guys got away at the very end. Keegan Swenson and Braden Lang.
Okay.
Braden Lang actually grew up in Camas, Washington.
Yeah.
He was a motorbike racer with his parents. His parents was a motorbike racer.
Wow.
And so he doesn't race motorbikes anymore. He's so good on a mountain bike and a gravel bike that he's got legit contracts. Came down to a 2-up sprint, and Braden Lang did a just fantastic motocross move in the very last corner and was able to outsprint Keegan. So Braden Lang wins.
Wow.
Was Cam Jones there?
Cam Jones was there. He ended up 20th. He was like 7 minutes back. He did not have a mechanical or an issue. He just didn't have
Wasn't his day.
the legs.
Didn't he go out I don't know.
He was on the front at the very beginning.
Yeah. He just did another fastest known time. I don't know if it was on Strava or not. Was it the White
Rim Trail?
Yeah.
And he beat Keegan's time by 5 full minutes.
It's a 100-mile route, but still, that's substantial.
Yeah, it's a legit KFT. Fastest known time, FKT. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Yeah. So, the men's race was super exciting. The women's race was also super exciting. It came down to a final sprint with that. And Sofia Gomez Villafane, Keegan's wife now, she ended up out sprinting Lauren Stevens, who Lauren Stevens attended the Dialed Cycling training camp in Tucson this year with us.
Wow.
So Lauren Stevens ended up taking second. And the biggest news for Dialed Cycling at Lifetime Sea Otter is our own Kylie Hanel raced in the elite women's field as a U23 in a Dialed Cycling kit.
Nice.
And she ended up 20th. overall out of like the 50 women who were in the race, and was the first U23. So she is now leading the Lifetime Grand Prix Fitness U23 series.
Wow. That's cool.
Top of the podium, and was on Lifetime Fitness's Instagram page too. I mean, she got a picture of herself up there. That's
it's pretty phenomenal. So
where is she training?
She's been here in Portland.
Just here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, she's been training here in Portland. So, and she is on Lauren Stevens' professional road team, women's road team, and they just did Tour of Redlands, and Lauren Stevens won, and they won the team classification. They're doing Tour of the Gila, another big road race. So she is doing some road races with the team too. So she's doing fantastic.
Crushing it.
Super proud of Kylie. Fantastic racing. Lots of stuff happened. Champ out.
Champ out.
Thanks, Champ.
I did it with nothing but my own blood, sweat, and tears, and extra blood.
People don't. Yeah. You know, this is a sport with literally hundreds of dollars on the line and dozens of fans. The stakes are medium.
Come on. How do you beat a man on drugs if you're not on drugs?
Wait, did you just admit to being on drugs?
The EPO chain mail. Send us a text with your questions. Forward this podcast to 15 people, and you'll lose 10 pounds overnight without even trying.
You've got mail.
We've got some mail, guys.
All right.
Got a couple. We're supposed to have people submit questions. There was some feedback here in a couple of these, but I don't know. This one starts with some feedback, and then the question of what? It was awesome. Wout outsprints Tade at Paris-Roubaix. What? I love hearing that. That was from Connecticut there. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Someone was watching it, and I'm like, damn it, I wish we would have gotten the podcast out earlier. If I didn't have this whole flight thing, and I could have, like, you know, people could have seen that I called Wout to win. But,
it really was so exciting to watch. It was, I mean, my whole family had ended up coming into the room where I was watching the race, and I was screaming at the TV when they hit the velodrome, because you know, you see him go around him with a half lap on the velodrome, and I'm just like, come on, Wout, come on, Wout.
Did you see some of the stuff on Instagram, like people in bars, people in stadiums, even like this? The whole country was like,
there was a soccer game, a football game in Belgium, and they had finished the game. The game was over, and half the crowd stayed because they put up Paris-Roubaix showing Wout, you know, and half the crowd stayed to watch the race. It was super exciting.
Yeah, pretty awesome. You know what? I don't think I'm going to read the next one. I think I'm going to let Lance read the next one because, I don't know, you might want to read this. Let's see here. Lance, what you got? Where's it from, first and foremost?
This is from Joplin, Missouri. So from Missouri. Oh, my gosh. LOL. Lance saying Coach Cat underestimates his ability to train is an all-time Lance thing to say. He seems to overtrain / race pretty often. Yeah, I agree with that. Any of you guys, aside from Lance, disagree? P.S. If you tell Coach Cat what's going on outside of the bike stats, it will make solid adjustments. Lance might not like that the load is too little, but I'm pretty sure he'll get similar advice from a human coach. Yeah, that's all.
I've been telling him. Actually, to be fair, To be fair, I sent Lance a text yesterday. I'm like, "Are you going to come to PIR?" And he said, "I need a rest day." So good for him.
I could have. My legs felt good enough that I could have come and done the race, and I specifically chose not to.
And for his rest day, he went out. He did 75 miles, and he took down 7 KOMs.
I did not step over a bike. No, that's not true. I rode down to the mailbox to pick up the mail and back.
There you go.
That's it.
What's the KOM for that?
But it's true, right? It's one of the founding principles of training is you make the adaptations. Your body adapts during periods of rest. You can't just keep training. You have to.
That's correct.
You have to give your body a chance to do the things.
And I'm fully aware of that. And I think it's kind of my brand now that
my brand
that what I do is do too much. So, I guess
but it is for somebody like you that races all the time. It is a difficult balance to strike, right? Because I mean, for a lot of athletes, they train specifically for 3 or 4 key events during the year, and it's so much easier to have a structured plan in place and create those rest weeks and those rest days and those easier times in there.
Right.
When you're racing all the time like you do.
Yeah, it's hard to get those adaptions.
Yeah. I mean, you basically you're on maintenance training all year.
That's
almost.
True. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, point taken. Might get a change? Probably not.
Yeah. Well, we do thank everybody for the couple little feedbacks,
thank you,
questions, whatever you want to call those. And if you want to send one yourself, we would absolutely encourage you to do so. Just use the little texting option to send us a message through your, I guess your, whatever it is that you use, your player. Would that be what it is?
Yep.
And we will run through that next time we have one of these. Who knows when that's going to be, but sooner than later. All right, let's move on. We've got a topic. We kind of covered this a little bit, but I still think it's a good question, and there's some little elements there that we could probably dig into a little bit more. But Ian proposed this because he's an older cyclist.
I am.
He tried to pull us all into that age category. But anyway, he wants to know, like, what ambitions do we have that we still have left to tick off in our, like, to-do list of cycling? So, like, you know, places and events and accomplishments. And, like, what are some things that you've done that you would absolutely recommend somebody else put on their list?
Why? All three of you just look straight at me.
Because you don't stop, dude. It's like,
you don't stop.
Yeah.
There's a song behind it.
Yeah. Lance checks off bucket list stuff constantly.
I am checking that stuff off all the time.
And I have to flip them off all the time because every time I see, like, a video or a post or a Strava, whatever, I'm like, damn it, I have to put another thing on my list. And I can't even freaking ride a bike right now, but I don't know.
You know,
one of these days.
When I think about it, there is an event that I haven't done yet that I would like to be a part of somehow, and that's Leadville. Leadville has a whole lot of history. It is an extremely difficult race. I don't know,
because of the altitude, right?
It's a 100-mile race at over 10,000 feet, and so that's just
starting at
10,000 feet, going up to like 12,800
town of
or
Leadville
something.
is at 10.
Yes.
I think you could be okay. Like, you handle altitude pretty well.
I don't do 8-hour races very well.
No, you don't.
No.
That's a strange beast because before I moved to Camas, I had actually quite a few friends that would do that often. And there were some guys that were super talented, like just wicked fast and would crush on everything. Train, they would do like everything that they could to get ready. They would go there and they would just completely fall apart because of the altitude. They just could not. And they would even go out there ahead of time to try and acclimate.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it done. And then there's some other people that were unassuming that would go out there and be rock stars and get themselves a belt buckle. I'm like, how is it so?
That's body chemistry that you don't really get to change yourself very much.
But what about, like, not trying to kill the race and just be like, I'm here to cruise? And
I didn't understand any of those words.
Okay,
you just
you're right.
said.
You're right. I don't know. I thought I was talking to someone else. My bad.
I think
my bad.
Matt was using the restroom when we had our last question come through.
I know. I figure I know where that question is going. So
I think the thoughts on adapting to altitude is either you give yourself a lot of time to adapt to the altitude, or you just get off the plane and do it. Because the first few days after you arrive at altitude, you're actually deteriorating every day. You're getting worse.
That's like sweet spot. Like, the worst time is like 2 or 3 days after you get off the plane. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so
exactly right.
Unless you've got a good 2 weeks to acclimate, then you're best to just get there and do it.
But as far as big events, that's really the only one that I would really.
What about destinations?
We've talked about this
Destinations are
before
very
on
different.
the podcast. We've talked about going and finding some of the classic climbs in the tour and stuff like that.
Yeah. There's like 3 different rides or areas that I have never been that I would really like to ride, and that is the French Alps.
Yeah.
I would like to ride in the French Alps. There's so many good things there. It's Tuscany, which is central Italy, basically. All the rolling gravel hills of Tuscany. And Hurricane Ridge in the Olympic Peninsula. I've never ridden that, and that's only 3 hours from here. And I'm going to do that someday.
I was going to say, that sounds good.
That's attainable.
That is attainable.
But I haven't ridden that either. So those are 3 of the things. But like other big national events, I've done a lot that I've wanted to do. I haven't been to Big Sugar. I haven't, but I've ridden a lot of the roads and trails around Bentonville. It's in Bentonville, Arkansas, but I haven't been to the events.
Do you feel like you want to go to the event, or are you cool with having seen the roads?
It's cool to be a part of something big.
Sure.
Like that. Just like it'd be cool to be at Sea Otter. I've never actually gone to Sea Otter either. And so, but...
we've talked about this. We're like, we need to go to Sea Otter because there's also like a big like tech scene to this, which is kind of cool.
Every bike vendor.
It is the new. It's the new.
I
don't know. I was going to say CES, but I don't. It's CES is the Consumer Electronics Show,
what
but
was
it's
what was the show that was in Vegas every year?
Yeah, no one knows anymore.
Fall.
We don't even remember.
Interbike?
It's gone.
Interbike.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, Sea Otter is the new Interbike.
It's dead to us
for sure.
Anyway,
what about you, Ian?
Yeah, well, I thought about this question because when you guys are not as old as I am, but I mean we've been around enough to have at least ticked off some of our ambitions as cyclists, right? But there's got to be some that remain. I mean, in my case, I guess competition-wise, I'm really not interested in these super long endurance events like 200 miles, like Lodge would be cool to say, done that, I achieved this, but I don't like to suffer for that long.
Like Unbound
and Seattle to Portland, things like that. I don't have ambition to do that, and Unbound equally so. I guess
the vibe around the race, the town, Emporia, the people, all that stuff is off the chart at Unbound. The race sucks.
The race sucks. Still left to do. I did go to Nationals Road Race Championships a few years ago down in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I guess if there was one competition I'd still like to do, it would be go back to that on a course that suited me well. I think, they split that thing up into 5-year age groups. So I would belong there. I wouldn't be out of my depth. And I feel like that'd be cool. It's a fantastic atmosphere as well. Like I said, it's just the scale of the event. It's like, I don't know. It's cool. But I don't know. Some of those, that's about it competition-wise. I still have places to go, people to meet, things to do. I would love to, like you, I've always had this ambition to go back and knock off the iconic classic climbs in the Alps. I've been to the Dolomites, I've done Stelvio, Gavier, all those things on that side, but I've never been to the French Alps. Love to go do Mont Ventoux, Galibier, those kind of rides still on my bucket list.
June, let's go in June.
Okay. The thing is, you go to the Alps and it's a crapshoot weather-wise. It's not like going to Mallorca. Incidentally, that's got to be on everybody's bucket list.
That's the top of my list of places I've ridden.
Mallorca's fantastic, but you can kind of rely on it being decent riding. You go to the Alps and it's like, spent 6 months planning for this trip and it's raining every day and it's snowing on top of the passes.
Yeah.
So the Alps would be cool. The Pyrenees as well. Tourmalet, those kind of climbs. Love to do that. So that's what would I recommend that I've done to other people. I think you should get into road racing. I think if you haven't tried it, you should do it. It's just a cool experience.
It is.
If you have cycled for a long time and you've achieved this fitness level, you should think to yourself, I'm going to try this road racing thing. Just do it once or twice and hang in there. I mean, it's exhilarating. It's not hard to get involved in it. It's not cost prohibitive. It's a good experience.
You're fully engaged on a road race. It's not like your mind doesn't drift. You are thinking about the wheel ahead of you.
You're testing yourself, but not in a way like if you did Seattle to Portland, like these big, can I endure this massive event? It's speed based. It's like, I'm going to hang on. I'm going to handle my bike, handle myself, be tactically wise. All of these things go in there and it's an intense experience. Some of these races only last an hour, and you can handle that for an hour. Just do it once. It's fun. Yeah.
I think if I had to answer that question, I just want to be able to get healthy so I can string together a few years of riding my bike again.
Yes.
I really want to be able to get back into my race weight. I really want to get back into being able to have the time to go out and train. And then the things that I want on my bucket list again is to go do like a stupid flogging ride or a fun team gravel ride on a Saturday that's like long and fun. I would love that. I don't have any race ambitions right now because I can't even think about that because I can't even go out to train to do that. So I don't want to get ahead of myself. I just want to get the short and achievable things done and be able to go back out and ride my bike and just have fun with the team and eventually know that something will come around where I can put on a number. Just to do any bike race with the team would be like a big accomplishment for me right now. I would love to go back and do Kings Valley Road Race. I'd love to see that back on the calendar. Yeah. Barton Park. I would love to see the Silverton race back on the calendar or the Montenoy or any of those races. It doesn't have to be some big grandiose thing. Just to be able to go out and do that with the team.
Yeah, because we have great memories of that stuff. Right?
I mean, I can remember where we showed up to races in numbers and it looked like a dialed team ride, not a bike race because we had so many people there. And I'd love to be able to get back to that. That would be fantastic. There aren't any real events that I just absolutely have to. Like once upon a time, Leadville was huge on my list, and now it's just like, it'd be kind of cool, but I can't even fathom like training for that right now because like, where would I fit that in even if I was 100% healthy just to get the fitness to get out there? But life will slow down a little bit, and I'll get caught up there. But there is one thing that I did kind of map out, and I came up with a name for it, and I started coming up with chunks, and I called it PTSD. It was Portland to San Diego. It's the whole acronym thing, which would be kind of fun. And something like that sounds more fun to me, not necessarily like racing it or seeing how fast you can do it, but just kind of having like it mapped out. Like I think it was over a course of 10 days, I built 10 different routes and, just like, all right, this is how it's going to play out. Some days are a little bit longer, some days a little bit shorter and seeing some cool stuff. Something like that to me would be more fulfilling than actually going to a race and just having it be self-supported or having a spouse or some friends.
Brandy would follow us in the van. In a heartbeat.
Like, how awesome would that be? Like, not tell anybody, just go do it. And like, you see on Strava, like, that's weird. They rode like 115, 20 miles south but they didn't come back. And then the next day you see like the next point to point and like, oh, that's kind of cool.
That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be great.
I've followed along with people that have done that kind of stuff before going across the country. I'm like, that's actually pretty cool. And then they were like, vlogging it and just kind of giving their, personal experiences and seeing the stuff that they accomplished. I'm like, something like that sounds more fun to me right now than anything. Just want to be able to get back to doing that.
What's something you've done in the past that you would highly recommend other people to do? I remember you did that. You did some charity rides down there in Southern California, right?
That's not really like, it's just the bike MS. I mean, it's 100 miles the first day and 50 miles the second day. It's more of just a fundraiser thing. Like, usually would be able to support the MS Society anywhere from like $2,000 to $5,000, just me personally. And then started putting together groups of people, and our groups would raise about that much money themselves, and it ended up being a pretty sizable amount of money. For a couple of years, though, they did make it fun, and it's a beautiful place to ride. I mean, you start in Irvine, California, and you go all the way over to Newport Beach, and then you really just ride down the coast, like from Newport all the way down into Encinitas, and then you went back up into the hills of like San Marcos and whatnot, and then you came back up into Carlsbad and finished, and that was day one. That's a tough route to beat, and they've got rest stations all along the way that you can stop and get fuel and food and entertainment, which was fun. And for a couple of years, they did have a Strava KOM challenge that they threw in there, 2 different KOM segments for each of the days, the 2 days, and they had like a couple different sponsors, but I think it was Performance Bicycle that was sponsoring it. And it was like you would get a gift card for each one of the things you wanted. I think it was like $150 gift card for the KOM for that day. And for the 2 years that I did it in the 4 segments, I won all 4 of them. So
oh my gosh,
I ended up getting like $600 in like performance things over the course of 2 years, and then they stopped doing it. But it was kind of fun.
But I don't think Performance Bikes exists anymore.
They do. They're just online though.
They're just online?
Yeah.
I worked at Performance Bikes in Boulder, Colorado for a while.
There you go.
Oh, that's super cool.
But that was fun. But just to go back and do STP, I know that you like. I don't want to do a 205 mile bike. That's a fun ride to do if you go out there with friends.
Yeah.
And you share the work, and you have the right people out there, and you just want to go fast.
Yeah.
How about you, Matt?
I think I like all of your ideas. Stealing them, they're all mine now. But even like Jake's like STP, like we did that. We had fun. We went hard. But like, I also think it would be really cool to do that and do a 2-day and just like totally slack like the whole time. I've thought about this a lot because it's like, you know, I raced Ironmans really hard. Like none of them were easy. Like I pushed hard on them like for pace. And I always thought like it'd be really fun to go in and just cruise one with like no ambitions of being like,
just
we're going to hammer.
It. Yeah.
Like you'd be able to see more and just see the crowd and high five people as opposed to being like, I'm going to be down in the aero bars, like looking up as little as possible because that's safe. No, I mean, I think that you know, SCP is the perfect example where it's like, you know, we were like, let's see how fast we can go. We can, you know, I think we're aiming and, you know, do it all one day, which was cool. Yeah. But like, I also think like doing it in 2 days would be more fun.
Jump
potentially.
On the party bus, yeah.
And you could do it on, like, you see like kids doing it. Like you just see like families doing it. And I'm like, oh, they're doing it right. Like we're hammering.
Switch up the bike too.
Yeah, for sure. Like switch up the bike. Like you could do anything. Like you could probably ride an e-bike, like, and just do it. Like, I don't know what the rules are, but like, it just seems like such a cool like event. And the camping part of it looks cool. Or I know some people just stay in a hotel or whatever, like Centralia area or whatever. But like, I feel like that's going to be a party atmosphere. So maybe more stuff like that would be the stuff that I would look forward to doing. I also always wanted to do some bike packing. I don't think we ever talked about bike packing on this podcast, but
I'd be in on that.
I'm curious. I'm just curious about it. I don't think I'm going to like it.
Yeah.
But like, I haven't tried it.
I have to be at a place where there's plenty of trees because I can't sleep on the ground. I would need to be able to put up a hammock.
Put a hammock.
Absolutely. 100%.
Which would pack well.
It does because they're, you know, I've got a couple. It's really small and lightweight.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's something that I've always been curious about. Like just like bike for a long time. Maybe it's not even that long. Maybe you bike for like 5 hours and then you're like, and now we set up camp and just chill.
We've got a group of people on our team that did the inaugural bike camping trip last year. I think they stayed 2 nights out, if I'm not mistaken. Correct. And they covered a pretty big chunk of area. And they're doing it again this year. They're already planning for it. And I think more people are going to join them. That's cool. They had a blast.
Did they?
Yeah.
That's cool. So, and I imagine I don't know how hard they go, but I can imagine that it would be hard. Like, I can imagine it'd be another same kind of thing where it's just like, let's just chill, you know? Like,
I want to be able to like take like a little like travel size or tiny little hiking fishing pool, like be able to stop and go catch some trout or something like that.
Totally.
You know, something like that. Or
how cool would that be if you like caught enough fish to like cook for people?
Sure.
After everyone stops, like, I don't know. That stuff sounds really alluring to me. Also, of course, like catching some of the traditional climbs, in the Alps for sure. I would think that would be pretty interesting because I've been there and I've seen some of the climbs, but I haven't actually biked them. I think that would be fun to do. So next time we're over that way, I'll probably just rent a bike and just go, like, again, not for time, just go cruise. Just like, let's just see how long this takes and maybe stop. Well, they have all these famous turns, right? Like this turn is named after this person.
Yeah, right.
Like, I think I would just like, I'm going to stop at every turn and take some photos or something. I don't know. Right. Like that I would enjoy. So that's the kind of stuff that I hope to do in the future. No plans. So
what's something you've done in the past that you would highly recommend somebody else have that same experience?
Ironmans are like this weird double-edged sword. They're such a cool experience. But they're also like, there's almost like more I don't like about them than I do because it's a corporate event. It's a very corporate event.
Yeah.
That being said, it's a really neat experience because you're doing this challenging thing and it has like this brand behind it that, like, again, same thing, double-edged swords, where it's like, I'm proud to have an Ironman shirt on, right? Or no, I don't have one on right now, but like that, like it's like, oh, I'm proud that I did this thing, and people like Ironman, like, oh wow, you did this. Like, this is a cool thing that I'm proud of. The brand Ironman and the price of the shirt, like all that stuff is just stupid. Like, and I don't like the company, and I don't like all this stuff. So it's kind of like this double-edged sword where I'm like, people should go do this. People should train. You have to train for a block of your life to do it. You shouldn't just be like, I need to do this and I'm going to do it tomorrow. Mm-hmm. But I do think it's like, you have to do all these, you have to experience all these different sports. They're not really that different, but like, you need to run, you need to swim. You can't just do it. The biking would come easy for you guys, but it's like one of those things where it's like, you do these things and then you get to go out and play the whole day, and you can try and go hard, or what I was same kind of situation where it's like, I wish I could do an Ironman and just chill and enjoy the 3 sports that I like to do. I think that's a great experience for that. And the big thing is finishing and, and having fun with that. The finish lines are amazing. So, yeah.
I think I'm getting to a similar point now, like just go out and enjoy it and stop pushing myself all the time. I feel like I was talking to my sister about this the other day. It's like, I always feel like if I stop training and going hard, it's the beginning of the end. I have to keep doing it. And I like the race scene here. It's my whole social life as well. And I get to meet people and hang out. It's all fun. But at some point you think cycling's more than just a performance athletic endeavor. There's a time and a place for that, but there's also a time to just chill and enjoy the journey.
It's called balance.
Yeah,
it's like
balance,
you're not going to eat, chocolate cake for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because that's too much chocolate cake. But a slice of chocolate cake is just fine. So, but you need to balance it out with all the others.
I think it's easier though when you're fit and you're healthy to be like, and today I'm taking it easy. Like those are going to be probably more enjoyable. Whereas when I'm like not super fit and I'm like, I'm going to take it easy. That's because the only thing I can do is like take it easy. But I also think like you might have more fun when you're like fit. You do the hard workouts, you do some of the hard stuff. Sometimes you race, and then sometimes you're like, this is my fun one, and I'm just going to chill. And same thing, you do this sometimes where you're like, I'm just going to be a pacer bot for someone, right?
Correct.
And sometimes those are more fun than anything else.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I do have a whole list here, Ian, and I'm just going to share it with you quickly of stuff that I've done that I think people should consider.
Good idea.
Because I've been some places.
You've been around.
I've been some places.
Yes.
As far as big events, I think experiencing Unbound is something people should do. Oregon Trail gravel race, phenomenal experience. Gorgeous, difficult, 5-day gravel stage race. That is just phenomenal. Steamboat gravel race.
Yes.
Also was just a cool thing to be a part of. So another big event. And I think that every road racer should at some point do some big national stage road race.
Oh,
like Valley of the Sun or Tucson Bicycle Classic or Baker City Cycling Classic or Tour of the Gila or Tour of Redlands. If you can get into one of those races and experience what that is,
cool experience.
It's a cool experience. As far as rides, if you're a road cyclist, you need to get to Majorca. It's pretty remarkable. Ian and I have been there. We've been to Tenerife 3 times. Ian's been there 4 times, and that is also great riding. But the riding in Majorca was better.
Majorca's better. Okay,
it's better. It was a cooler experience to be in Majorca. In Colorado, the Colorado National Monument, there's a 30-mile loop outside of Grand Junction, Colorado. That is phenomenal. That people, if you're driving through, you should stop and ride the Colorado National Monument. It's really cool. There's a ton of great rides also along the Front Range, outside of Denver and Boulder and a lot of good stuff. But that one sticks out to me because it's a little more unique than what happens over there. The White Rim Trail in Utah, 100-mile mountain bike route that you can take 3 or 4 days to do, or
just do it
5.5 hours if you're Cam Jones.
Yep.
So the scenery on the White Rim Trail is otherworldly. You're not going to see that stuff almost anywhere else, and you will be alone to do it. It is that gorgeous and beautiful. Similarly to like the Porcupine Rim Trail, which is outside. It's also outside of Moab, and that's a lot more accessible than the White Rim Trail is. You can do sections of that, and it's just phenomenal. In Arizona, Mount Lemmon, climbing Mount Lemmon, descending Mount Lemmon. That's a pretty cool experience. There's great roads up there and whatnot. Riding out to the Apache Trail outside of Phoenix, out to Tortilla Flats, also stunningly gorgeous. I'm just trying to go through my list. Thunder Mountain, a mountain bike route in central Utah near Bryce National Park. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Highway 12 in Utah is a incredibly epic road. It might be the most gorgeous 40-mile road that you could drive or ride a bike on. It is gorgeous. It goes from Boulder. No, it goes from Escalante, from Torrey, Utah to Escalante. It is a not very well used road, but it is stunning. Highway 12. That's another one that you should do. Montezuma's Grade outside of Borrego Springs. We've done it as training camp a couple times. And we've had great experiences at training camp with stuff like that. Riding up to Julian, California, riding up Palomar. Some of these great roads, but Montezuma's Grade kind of stands out to me because it was a freaking blast to come down. Other than that, Crater Lake, riding around Crater Lake in Oregon. It's a little tricky to get out. Not tricky, but it's 5 hours from here. It's not like really super close.
I feel like they have it closed just for biking, like
there's
twice a year or something.
There's a day when the road has been plowed and they don't allow cars on it yet that you can ride on, and it is fantastic.
That'd be fun.
But that's a list of rides just off the top of my head that I like. If I was telling somebody where would you go ride, I would do one of these rides. So.
Very cool.
Anyway,
very cool.
That's it.
Good list. Good list. People will love that.
Cool. All right, this is getting a little long in the tooth. Let's do some one last things. Matt, would you like to start us off?
Assuming that this podcast does not come out today,
it won't.
There's a watch that comes out tomorrow. It is called the Coros Pace 4 Black Crystal Edition. It's got a fancy name. So that's the next video. And so if you are listening to this, hopefully you're listening to it after tomorrow when the watch comes out, check out the video. It's not going to be a super long video because the Coros Pace 4 is already out. This is a Black Crystal Edition. The main difference is that they added like an aluminum, whatever, they did some special coating to it, PVD coating to this aluminum bezel on it. And they changed the style of this watch. Cool. Anyway, so people that really love this Coros Pace 4, but they want something that looks a little bit better, it's $30 more than the previous Pace 4, but you get the fancier look to it. So, comes out tomorrow. Video comes out tomorrow. Watch comes out tomorrow. Cool. Be on the lookout.
Sweet.
Like and subscribe.
That would be April 22nd, right?
It's today the 21st?
Yes.
Yeah. As far as I know.
I'll make sure.
I should probably send Coros a message and be like, we good?
Yeah. Gibbo, one last thing, bud.
Yeah, not much. Predictably, I'm just going to plug my race again. So please come out to Barton Park, support me, support your local cycling community.
And that race is on?
That race is on Saturday, May the 9th.
In the city of, for the town of, area
I
of?
suppose the town is Barton, but the park is a mile from the hamlet of Barton, out by Estacada on the east side of Portland area.
It's a beautiful course.
It's near Boring.
In Happy Valley?
Yeah, I mean, and if you're listening to this and you live over here in Vancouver, it's only going to take you perhaps 45 minutes to get there.
Yeah.
It's not far away. Doesn't cost much. I really would like it if people could sign up and give me some confidence that I'm at least going to break even. Also, I still need volunteers. If you are local here and you want to do something to support, again, the community, me, I need drivers. There's probably 9 drivers I need for the day. So it's kind of fun, being out there driving. Yeah. You get a good view of the action in the race, and yeah. So the links for all of that, well, you can go onto the Obra website, and then on their calendar, there's a link to the race information, or you can go to my website, which is dialperformancecoaching.com. There's a link there to the Barton Park event, and then from Barton Park, there's also a link to the volunteer sign-up sheet for that. So,
gotcha. Yeah,
do it sooner than later. Thank you very much.
I'd come help you out, but guess what?
You're away.
I'm going to be on the East Coast again.
Oh.
So, yeah, go figure. Good. Hepler.
I've made 3 YouTube videos since we last recorded. One about a gravel race, Sasquatch Duro, one about a mountain bike race, the Mudslinger, and one about a road race, the Banana Belt. So if you want to see Ian's ass in spandex, look at my videos. You know we do. This Sunday, I'm doing the Gorge Gravel Race. That's Chad Sperry's breakaway events. And then the week after that, I'm going down to California to do BWR San Diego.
How much do you think you spend just on race entry fees a year? We won't talk about the traveling to get to said races. Just out of curiosity.
$1 million.
Guess.
If I had to guess, I'd probably say $6,000?
It's probably 4.
4?
Yeah.
Probably depends on the year too. Like some years you go to Unbound and you do this and that and the other. And
Just race entries.
Well, I was thinking like the Oregon Trail, isn't that like $3,000 alone?
It's 2.
Oh, okay. So
but I signed up 7 months early and got a huge break on it.
I mean, it's going to cost you $300 in gas to get to Southern California.
Yes,
right?
it will.
Yeah.
More than that.
Diesel $6, $7 a gallon right now.
It's $7 a gallon in California.
That hurts.
It does hurt. But me and Brandon are going down.
She's got a bike there, dude.
We're gonna see our son Lake and hang
How's
out.
Lake doing?
He's doing good.
Good.
Yeah. So
cool.
Jake,
what?
Anything to plug?
Nope, nothing to plug. Just almost there with the new space opening up. Should be just a matter of weeks, if not sooner. So we'll see. Hopefully I'll have an update next time we do one of these. I just wanted to say happy birthday to my daughter. My oldest daughter is 20 years old today.
Whoa.
So happy birthday.
20 years old.
Birthday.
20. Yeah.
Wow.
It's kind of crazy. I was messaging her this morning. It was like ask crack of dawn on here for where she's at. It was after 7 or just about 7 o'clock in the morning. But it's kind of weird because I'm like, in 11 years, you're going to be the same age I was when you were born, which was kind of crazy to me thinking like, and in the same breath, it was 11 years ago now that we moved to Camas. So it's just kind of like that weird for her just to kind of wrap her head around like the time vortex that is life and how fast it starts to go by as you get older.
Yes.
Just kind of like, it's amazing. And you guys have probably heard me liken the how time goes by. It's just in the beginning it takes forever, and then as you get older it goes faster. But it's like a roll of toilet paper. The closer you get to the end, the faster it goes. So anyway, kind of crazy. But anyway,
life is like a roll of toilet paper.
Anyway, happy birthday, Abby. All right, we will be back with another one of these sooner than later, hopefully. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Cool.
We're on a roll right now.
We are.
Roll of toilet paper.
We do appreciate everybody listening, and we will be back soon. Until then, bye for now.
Listen, life is like a roll of toilet paper. The closer you get to the end, the faster it goes. So don't waste it.